What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie, welcome back to the channel. This could be a very good day. A very, very good day. I think I know what this is. I'm hoping I know what this is. Come on. Why do people like unboxings? It's just annoying. Oh God, I did it up well. Come on. God, it's like Christmas morning in our house. Oh, come on. I want to get in. This is going to help no end. Yes! Awesome. Right, so there's a story behind this. Come on. Why am I using them? Where's my thing? Aha! Right, there is a story behind this. Basically, I put out a shout on was it Facebook? Going, has anybody got one of these I could buy? And there's a fella called Paul Wood who got in touch. And he went, yeah, I've got one. Just, you know, pay the shit and I'll get it down to you. So I went, oh, cool, crack on. But this is what I was hoping to get. And this is going to make building the frame a lot easier. Look! Complete with twigs and stuff. It's basically it's an empty engine. I don't care what state it's in. It's an empty engine. It could do with a pressure wash, but there is nothing in there anyway. It's just empty cases, which means it's a lot lighter than that lump. So let's have him off the bench. Look at that. He's going to get pressure washed. Right, let's have him off. Oh, hello. Right, it's not screwed together. That'll be alright, be alright. I might shove a couple of bolts in it. That'll be fine. Right. It's so much lighter. Excellent. Hasn't got the sump on it, but that's all right. I could see that. Well, I'll either take the sump off the other one, or I'll just find a sump for it. That'll be fine. But that is going to make things so much easier. The idea behind that is that when I'm doing my frame in my jig, which I'm still doing, but I'm getting on with it, then to check fitment and, you know, can I get the engine in and out of it with removable engine mounts, and that the frame rails ain't going to get in the way, and I've, you know, got all my exhausts lined up so the frame tubes come down between them and all that sort of stuff. I can hoof that in just to check, which would be awesome. Thank you ever so much, Paul. I really, really, really do appreciate it. It's going to save no end of grief and guesswork, because I can check stuff now as I'm building it, which is mega. So thank you for that. That's sound. It's sort of sump out, that's easy enough. You know, it's everything I need basically. The engine will be coming apart at some point anyway. I might just have covers off to stick on this just to, you know, try and test it. Because they're all going to get dressed up and stuff anyway, so it really ain't an issue. I'll wing some bolts in, make sure it's all together and where it needs to be. But, you know, same engine mounts and everything else, and we're in. Sorted, eh? Right, that's another job to add to the list. Right, let's get rid of this. And we can crack on. Right, it might all look a little bit gloomy in here, which it is. Today is Friday night, well, Friday 4 o'clock. So I've just knocked off my work for the weekend. So I've just come here because the other half is out on town tonight. She's got a Christmas do. So at the minute she's going through that 3 hours of getting ready and does me bum look big in this and all that other sort of stuff. So I've escaped. I've come down here to get some stuff sorted and ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm cracking on with the frame jig, I want to get all that front end sorted out, and I also want to start on the back end if I possibly can do, because that way I can get the frame in situ, and then we just got the engine bit to worry about as well. So I've chomped out some more bits of plate. I need to put a square hole in the middle of 3 of these. Ouch. And then I need to cock about with this bit for the angle jobby on the front. So I'm probably going to leave that one till tomorrow. And I'll get these chomped out. I have marked them up. 81mm wide, 81mm wide, hole in the middle. That's getting it. Where's my grinder? Right, that's job 1 done. Nothing is done up tight at the minute because I don't know exactly where these need to be. But with the plate underneath, I can clamp it down. I mean, they're hard enough to get in and out anyway. They really are. But this will clamp them down, make sure nothing's going to move. I don't want to weld these to the side rails because I could potentially use this jig to do a completely different sort of frame as well. So having it movable and, you know, all that, it future proofs it basically. Right, what's the time? 5 o'clock. Right, I'm going to need to chip off because I'm playing taxi tonight, and Sam is probably doing the whole, where is he? He said he'd be back in plenty of time. She's not going out until 7. I'll be back. It is now Saturday. Sam's nursing a hangover from hell. So while we're there, and I want to get this lot done, I really do want to get the front end sorted, and, you know, so I know what's what. So I've got this piece to make. I've got some cones to turn up. There's a bit of welding, assemble the whole thing and see if it's going to do the do. I'm hoping Jack's going to be around as well, because at some point I want to get that frame shot blasted or stripped or something. Basically, I just want it plain metal. So on this, this is going to be the bit where you can set the angle of the headstock. So I think I'm going to get Brian on the case. We're going to drill an 8.5mm hole in the corner, and then I need to slot this, and then I need to chomp it out as well. Don't know the best way of chomping it out, but we'll get to that. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Right, let's get my drills out. Right then, I think we're set up. I think I'm still goofing about, but essentially I've just drilled a 10mm hole straight through the middle of this plate, and then I've got a peg that sits in base of the rotary table with a 10mm hole in it. So I've lined all that up with a piece of high-speed tool steel. Shove that in a collet and stick it in the hole, settled my zeros, and then I've moved off. Well, okay, it was 60mm, promise. Come on, come on. Come on. Right, I don't think 5 microns is going to matter much, but the 60mm is basically the hole centers from there. So that's going to be the pivot. So now I just need a slot on an arc that this one can follow. So that's all good. I'm doing it 10mm. The holes in that is 8, just because I want to do it like that, basically. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I just need to work out how much I want to sweep this by. We don't need to go 90 because I'm not going to be having a rake like that and then another rake like that. It's just a bit in the middle. So I reckon if we was to go, where's 30? No, hang on, the rake's 24 in there. 24, 27, something like that. So if I'm 10 degrees off at the minute, there. So if I go round to about there and just do like a 60-degree sweep, that'd be more than enough. More than enough. And it just means I can do all sorts of other stuff as well. Right, okay, happy with that then. So now I'm going to take this real slow and steady because this is steel. 6mm thick. We'll see how we go, eh? I'm probably going to want some oil. Yes. Right. Right, and that's my slot all milled out. I do need to deburr it, but it's basically done. I'm just going to end up chomping this out with the angle grinder, but what I'll do is I'll move over a bit and just do like another pass on the edge. How deep is that slot? So if that's hole centers at 60, I'll step it out to 85 if it will go. And all I'm going to do is like a real light pass across the top. That'll just give me a curve that I can follow, and I'll just grind it down to that. So let's have that off. And you're going to go to 85. No, you're going to go to 80. Bloody hell. Right. Well, 80 will do. Where does that put it? Because I've still got to sort this radius out. Yeah, that'll be alright. Cool. Okay then. So pom 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 pom. What's going to be the best way? Where's my square? Oh, of course you're in the way now, aren't you? Bloody hell. That is really annoying. Right. Right, so that's about there. Whole centre's about there. These are just to help me get the radius sorted at the end. Whole centre is about there. So I'll just mill an arc along there. That'll be fine. That'll do. Yeah, that'll be fine. Right. Right, the wind's picking up again, so you're probably going to get deafened. That's my thing. It'll do the job. It fits in that. That's all happy. So now we just got to decide where on this front spar, this steering stem spar thingy at the front, I need to stick this. No, I ain't guessing. So all I've done is I've offered this. I have got the frame spaced up just a little bit. It's on some 20mm tubes. Bear in mind there is going to be a cone that goes in here and goes up under the headstock. I probably want it to be like, I don't know, 1.5-ish, something like that. So pretty much I want this to be about there-ish. Don't need to be exact, because I can always move the frame up and down, but I want to try and keep it as close to this as possible just to take out any deviation, because obviously I'm holding it at this end. If I'm a tiny bit out here, this end is going to be a lot out. So anyway, all I've done is held it about there, following the same angle. Just took a measurement from the pivot point to this top face, and then just marked it off on here, which is easy. And I reckon the top of this bracket wants to go about there, like that, but square and straight. I'm not teaching anybody anything on this channel. However, I will share something with you because it's worth knowing. This box section has got quite a radius to it, and I tend to use this sort of stuff for marking up distances and whatnot, because you can set it on this face. So that's set to 40mm, which should be half of this. So that should be right in the middle. The only trouble is because it's got this radius and that edge there ain't that big, when you stick it on it, you know, this face isn't actually on here, it's only part way around the radius. So a good trick is to stick it on and scribe a line, then flip it over and scribe another line, and have a look at the difference, because it's 2mm. It's 2mm on this, and that was set to 40, so it's always, yeah, it's just one of those little things that you pick up, isn't it? I'm sure you do it anyway, but I just thought I'd mention it. Don't rely on just one measurement. Measure it a couple of ways. Right. So I found my middle. I know where that's going. So now I've just got to get it tacked on, and then we'll square it up, and we'll put a couple of runs of weld either side. Once I've got it all sort of square that way. Right, where's my lid and my welder? Right, so I'm making the cones to go in the top and bottom of the steering stem out of Delrin. So a machinable plastic. There's various different sorts of engineering plastics you can get, but I mean this is like tough enough stuff. This will do the job. I had to stick the 4-jaw on, which reminds me I still need to make another chuck key. Been watching double boost, yeah. And he had quite a good trick. We're using 2 chuck keys to centre up stock in a 4-jaw chuck. Really good way of doing it, and he could get it pretty much cock on, whereas I spend ages faffing about with a single chuck key, and I could make one of them easy. I've got a mill. But I never get it exactly where I want to get it, sort of thing. So the good thing about a lathe is everything becomes concentric with the axis once you start machining it. So I don't care if it wobbles round like a couple of thou at this end. Really don't give a monkeys. That bit will be straight. Right, I need to get this down to 55 to kick off with. I'll turn the compound round as well because I need to do a taper. I measured it, it looks about 13 degrees. So yeah, we're just going to get it down to the biggest dimension, which is 55, and then we'll start doing the taper to it. So that's the plan anyway. Right, let's have a go. Well, apart from this one flying off and hitting the deck, that did not come up too bad. I've done them slightly different. Where are you? So that's the one for the bottom, and that's the one for the top. Okay. This one is going to be oversized, and I've purposely left it long as well. I was chatting with a mate at work. He's got a Bandit 1200, and he reckons that the top ones is different. He reckons they're slightly bigger diameter than what they are on the 600s. Other reason for leaving it big is if I do it this way, I don't have to have the bearing races in to be able to snug it down on the frame tube. So it's going to stick out a bit, but that'll be all right. Right, let's stick it all together.